Two women are twisting the past to destroy your destiny, but Archangel Michael is about to unleash the hidden truth. Archangel says, "There's a reason your heart has felt uneasy, why the past has been whispering through the corridors of your thoughts lately. That discomfort? That gnawing feeling? It is not your imagination. It is the sound of deception trying to hold on to a lie that heaven is now unraveling." Two women. Two voices. Two agents of distraction who have been weaving falsehoods in the dark to cripple your destiny. They fear the truth coming to light, because when it does, their power over your story ends. And now, I, Archangel Michael, have been sent to intervene. Let me speak plainly. You are under spiritual attack. Not by weapons you can see, but by twisted narratives, misremembered moments, and secrets sealed in hushed tones. These women have rewritten your past to make others doubt your character, but more dangerously, to make you doubt your purpose. Their strategy? To confuse your path by altering your roots. If they can make you question where you came from, they believe they can keep you from knowing where you're going. Type Amen 473 to get the blessings. But heaven has heard your soul crying out for clarity. And I have come with divine instruction. The first step, awareness. You must stop second-guessing your spiritual instincts. That inner nudge, the tension in your gut when certain names are spoken, those were not coincidences. They were warnings. You've sensed it, haven't you? The odd behavior. The sudden resistance from people you thought were allies. The unspoken judgments you feel before you even speak. Those were the ripple effects of the deception. These women have polluted sacred ground with their whispers. But now, your angels are reclaiming the soil. Archangel Michael says, "Who recently resurfaced in your memories? Whose name brings a strange weight to your chest?" That is where we begin. Understand, child of light. Your destiny is not fragile. It was forged in heavenly fire. But the enemy is crafty, and he has used these women, willingly or ignorantly, to distort the narrative. Why? Because the next phase of your purpose terrifies the darkness. Type Amen 876 to get the blessings. There is no need to fear them. For what was done in shadows is now being summoned into divine light. This is your call to clarity. You must begin to reclaim your truth. Write it. Speak it. Pray it into being. You are not who they say you are. You are who God says you are, and I stand in agreement with heaven's report. Listen carefully. Over the coming days, you may begin to hear things, snippets of conversations, strange confessions, or even accidental admissions. These are not accidents. They are orchestrated signs. Heaven is pulling the veil back, thread by thread. Archangel Michael says, "Are you ready to know what they tried to erase? Are you ready to see why your name has been in rooms you never entered? And I, Archangel Michael, will walk beside you as the false is stripped away, and the truth is made undeniable." Type Amen 654 to get the blessings. They smile in your presence but stitch curses behind closed doors. Their alliance was never about truth, it was always about control. The truth I'm about to reveal may sting at first, but it is the sting that leads to healing. You deserve to see clearly now. These two women, they are not just speaking against you, they are partnered in purpose to silence you. They formed an unholy pact. One of them carries a wounded soul, the other, a controlling spirit. One whispers lies into the ears of others, and the other wraps those lies in charm, so they appear innocent. Together, they are dangerous, not because they hold power over you, but because they pretend they don't. Heaven has watched them. Years ago, a seed was planted between them. A moment of shared resentment against your light. They found comfort in each other's jealousy. And so, they began to twist the narrative, not once, not twice, but as a habit, a ritual, a shadow game. Their target? You. Archangel Michael says. Your rise made them feel irrelevant. Your calling made them feel exposed. And rather than face their own unhealed wounds, they turned to destruction, to distraction. Type Amen 654 to get the blessings. Let me speak plainly now. You've wondered why someone you were once close to suddenly turned cold. You've felt your name treated like a secret in rooms where it should have been honored. That was their doing. The pain you carry? Some of it is not even yours. You've absorbed the weight of lies that were never rooted in truth. And now, I am here to help you cast that burden off. But you must first see this truth. These women have agreed in spirit to dismantle your influence. Do not mistake silence for peace. They may not always speak your name aloud anymore, but the energy they've sent still moves through others, like whispers riding on the wind. But heaven is shifting the atmosphere now. Their alliance was never built on righteousness. It was built on shared fear, fear of who you are becoming. Fear that once people see the real you, their own falsehoods will crumble. Type Amen 986 to get the blessings. That time has come. Archangel Michael says. Here is your divine assignment. Begin to separate your identity from their opinions. Stop asking why they don't like you. Stop looking for the moment it went wrong. It didn't. You simply grew too powerful for their small perception. You are not here to shrink to make others comfortable. You are here to lead, to heal, to disrupt darkness with truth. Your voice is breaking barriers. Your truth is shaking strongholds. And I, Archangel Michael, stand behind you with flaming sword in hand. The pact they made has been overruled by heaven's decree. Watch what happens next. There is a moment from your past they buried beneath shame and manipulation, because they feared what it would unlock if you remembered it clearly. You've been walking with a weight you couldn't name. Type Amen 746 to get the blessings. You sensed something was missing, something off, like a key moment in your life was taken from you or twisted into something else. That's not just trauma, it's spiritual interference. These two women didn't just speak lies. They rewrote history. They didn't just misrepresent you. They erased parts of your story they were too afraid to confront. Because the truth they buried was never about protecting you, it was about protecting themselves from exposure. There is a sacred event, a turning point in your past, that holds the power to unlock your divine elevation. A moment they've tried to keep buried under manipulation, shame, and confusion. Perhaps it was a confrontation. A conversation overheard. A betrayal you sensed but were told didn't happen. That moment holds more weight than you know. And now, I have come to excavate it. Heaven has sounded the alarm. The time for clarity is now. You are entering a season where truth is being divinely restored. And part of that restoration includes remembering what they made you forget. Let me ask you. Have you felt flashes of memory in your dreams? Have you found yourself questioning how a specific chapter in your life actually ended? Have you felt a strange resistance every time you try to speak your truth? Type Amen 874 to get the blessings. That's not coincidence. It's spiritual evidence. Your soul is trying to wake up. to reclaim what they stole. Archangel Michael says. And here's what's more dangerous for them. Once you remember the full truth, you will reclaim your voice. Once you reclaim your voice, they lose the power they held through silence. That's why they've done everything in their ability to keep the truth covered. But heaven has declared. The grave they dug for your truth will now be the ground from which your legacy rises. You are not crazy. You are not overreacting. You are remembering. And I am here to fight with you as the veil is torn. Here is your divine assignment. Start writing. Yes, physically write. Take a pen. Sit in silence. And ask. God, show me what they tried to bury. Type Amen 756 to get the blessings. Then let the flood come. Even if it starts as fragments, write them. Truth has been trapped long enough. Now it wants out. You are not defined by what they erased. You are destined by what heaven remembers. And heaven has not forgotten a single moment. I, Archangel Michael, now go before you. Sword drawn. Light blazing. And together, we're digging up the truth they hoped you'd never find. Archangel Michael says. This was never just gossip, it was warfare. A web of spiritual sabotage meant to delay your rise, bind your voice, and block divine connections. You must understand something now, asterisk deeply and fully star. What these two women did was not just malicious chatter. It was not mere rumor, not just passive cruelty or childish jealousy. It was warfare. Type Amen 7645 to get the blessings. You were targeted through spiritual sabotage. They wove a web, thread by thread, designed to delay your divine assignments, confuse your inner compass, and keep you tangled in battles you were never meant to fight. And here's the most unsettling part, it almost worked. Almost. You felt it, haven't you? Moments when everything was going right, then, suddenly, things collapsed without explanation. Relationships falling apart. People withdrawing for no reason. Doors you prayed for slammed shut with no warning. That was the web. And it wasn't just physical. It was spiritual. These women conjured influence, not with spells or rituals perhaps, but with agreement, intention, and repetition. Their words were seeded with venom. Their conversations laced with sabotage. Each word was a thread, designed to entangle your reputation, delay divine timing, and surround your name with confusion. But no more. Archangel Michael says, I have come to burn the web down. Every spirit that was called against you through slander. Every soul that believed a lie about you and turned away. Every opportunity that was poisoned by their twisting tongue. It is all being rewritten. Now. You were not weak, you were under attack. You were not forgotten, you were spiritually entangled. And now, the heavens are cutting the cords. Archangel Michael says. Here's your call to authority. Type Amen 672 to get the blessings. Stand up in the Spirit. Lift your voice. Break every word curse spoken over your name. This declaration is not just symbolic. It is a sword. And in this very moment, I am striking down the hidden forces that have used gossip, manipulation, and spiritual consent to trap you. They had a strategy. But so does heaven. You were not meant to live bound. You were born to move in powerful liberty. Now, watch for the signs. Sudden clarity. Old friends returning with apologies. Divine ideas flowing again. That's the evidence the web is unraveling. Do not look back. Do not try to make sense of how it all formed. Just walk forward, boldly. You have broken free. Type Amen 787 to get the blessings. I am stationed at your side. Sword in one hand. Shield in the other. The spiritual sabotage is over. And what lies ahead is holy acceleration. Heaven did not overlook what they did. Every word has been recorded. Every motive weighed. And now, justice is being issued from the throne. Listen closely, because I bring news that shifts the atmosphere. Heaven has watched everything. Yes, everything star. Nothing escaped divine eyes. Not the whispers spoken in secret. Not the plots exchanged behind smiles. Not the false stories twisted to damage your name. The Most High has seen it all. And now, Archangel Michael says, I bring you this message. Heaven's investigation is complete. And the verdict? Type your answer in ComNet below. Archangel Michael says, the lies they planted? Exposed. The dishonor they seeded? Uprooted. The silent suffering you endured while others believed false reports? Now turned into the very testimony that will elevate you. Type Amen 7654 to get the blessings. For a time, you may have felt abandoned. Left to wrestle with confusion, asking, why is this happening to me? But I tell you this now. It was never about your guilt, it was about your glory. The enemy tried to stain your legacy, but instead, heaven is using this moment to magnify your name in truth and righteousness. Heaven's records do not lie. And the time has come for those records to speak. This was not a small offense. It was an assault on your spiritual identity. But more than that, it was a challenge to heaven's authority over your life. And now, the judge of all is responding. There are divine scrolls being unsealed in this very hour. Your name is written on them. And beside it, cleared, restored, exonerated. Now comes your part. Type Amen 746 to get the blessings. Here is your divine assignment. Stop defending yourself to people who were never meant to understand your calling. Your vindication is not dependent on their apology. It is rooted in heaven's decree. Feel that shift in the atmosphere? That's what justice feels like when it touches earth. Now, listen carefully. You will soon hear confirmation. Someone will slip. Someone will confess. A message will find you. An opportunity that was blocked will suddenly be reopened. These are signs that the divine order is being restored. Let the tears fall if they must. Not in sadness, but in release. The pain of being falsely judged has lingered long enough. It ends now. Type Amen 374 to get the blessings. I am commanding angels even now to begin a sweep, a spiritual cleansing of your name across dimensions, records, and timelines. Your reputation, once muddied, is being polished by holy hands. And those who participated in your defamation? They are being summoned. Not by you, but by heaven itself. They will have to confront what they've done, whether in public or in private. So be at peace. You don't have to chase justice. Justice has already found you. Archangel Michael says, what they feared the most is already in motion, truth is rising, and heaven will not allow it to be silenced. Prepare, for exposure is imminent. You must stay close now. Because the earth beneath their deception is beginning to crack. The truth they tried so desperately to bury. The facts they twisted to suit their narrative. The confessions they thought would never come to light are rising. This is not mere coincidence. This is a divine orchestration. What they fear the most is not confrontation, it's exposure. And that exposure is now imminent. Heaven has waited long enough. The cries of your soul, the prayers soaked in pain, the nights you wept asking, will anyone ever see what really happened? They have reached the throne. And now the Spirit of truth is moving. Not gently, but with power. Type Amen 283 to get the blessings. They are beginning to lose control over the narrative. Their lies are unraveling, not by your hand, but by divine timing. In the days ahead, there will be a shift. Someone will speak unexpectedly. A truth that was locked behind fear will break free through a vessel you did not anticipate. A document, a voice note, an old message, a forgotten witness, something small will open something massive. And once it begins, it cannot be stopped. Archangel Michael says, they may panic. They may try to discredit you one last time. But do not respond with fear. Respond with spiritual power. Because this time, heaven is responding with you. Do not match their chaos with chaos. Do not meet their desperation with anxiety. Stand like one who already knows the outcome. You are not hoping for justice anymore. You are walking in it. Type Amen 473 to get the blessings. This is a holy moment. And it is happening for you. Because your destiny required vindication. You were not created to carry the shame they placed on your name. You were created to carry the weight of glory, and that glory cannot coexist with lies. Truth is rising like a flood. And those who built walls of deceit will not be able to stand against it. Prepare now. Hold your peace. Trust what you sense. And listen carefully for what heaven is about to reveal. A divine encounter is coming, one conversation, one piece of evidence, one spiritual revelation, that will shatter everything they tried to hide. I stand beside you. Sword in hand. Wings of justice extended. Let truth speak now. For heaven will no longer allow it to be silenced. Type Amen 473 to get the blessings. The moment truth breaks through, blessings long delayed will rush toward you. What was held back by their deception must now be released by divine order. Can you feel the shift? The air is changing. The heaviness you once carried is starting to lift. And though you may still see resistance, something deeper is happening behind the veil. Archangel Michael says, heaven is preparing to release what was rightfully yours. Because when truth breaks through, everything that was falsely withheld must be returned. The delays that stalked your progress? They are no longer legally allowed to remain. The blessings paused by confusion and false perception? They now have permission to flood into your life. Let me make this crystal clear. What they did not want the world to know, what they twisted to make others question your worth, was the very thing that, if revealed, would unlock favor over your life. And now, it's being revealed. You are standing at the threshold of divine release. Type Amen 387 to get the blessings. All those times you were overlooked. All those opportunities that just missed you. All the honor that seemed to pass you by. It's circling back. Because the truth is a spiritual gatekeeper. And once the truth is known, the gates open star. Not by human decision, but by heaven's command. I, Archangel Michael, tell you this with fierce joy. There is a divine reversal underway. Your name is being spoken in places you were once shut out of. The very ones who ignored your potential will be drawn to your presence. Resources, connections, favor, and recognition are no longer delayed, they're on divine assignment. And it doesn't end there. Archangel Michael says, because this next chapter is not just about restoration, it's about elevation. God is not merely giving you back what was taken. He is multiplying it. Type Amen 374 to get the blessings. Prepare your spirit to receive. Not timidly. Not with hesitation. But with bold, expectant faith. This is a sacred moment. A divine release isn't just coming, it's already moving. And you must move with it. Pay attention to the invitations that come your way. Pay attention to the sudden yes after a long season of no. Pay attention to the peace you feel when stepping into places that used to intimidate you. Archangel Michael says, because this next chapter is not just about restoration, it's about elevation. God is not merely giving you back what was taken. He is multiplying it. Type Amen 374 to get the blessings. Prepare your spirit to receive. Not timidly. Not with hesitation. But with bold, expectant faith. This is a sacred moment. A divine release isn't just coming, it's already moving. And you must move with it. Pay attention to the invitations that come your way. Pay attention to the sudden yes after a long season of no. Pay attention to the peace you feel when stepping into places that used to intimidate you.